for my exhibition project is organic and non-organic farming. As we know, everyone makes their food choices based on their own health and priorities. Farmers take decisions about what is best for their farms. Both these farming systems are important for the diversity and choice. Organic farming, where food is supposed to be grown with natural fertilizers and no pesticides, so the products are more safe and healthy. Non-organic or conventional farming, where farmers concentrate on higher grains on lesser costs. And for that, they use artificial chemicals that are exposed to health risks in long terms. But nowadays, more studies on farming systems show that organic farming has levels. It will be pure or semi-organic. On the other hand, conventional farmers are more aware of the public demand and to follow the rules and regulations of food security. They are choosing the traditional way of farming, where they offer more job opportunities and use least amount of pesticides. So the products of conventional farming are also getting healthier. Locally grown and seasonal food is also healthy to consume. At the end, I would say that we should think smartly what food should be bought according to our taste, health, and of course our pocket. Thank you.
I will be sharing my views on significance of 3 R's in the 21st century. My research work is divided into 6 parts: introduction, environmental problems faced today, problem statement, action items, my individual action plan, and bibliography. To reduce means to make something in smaller amounts. Reuse means bring all the things to use. And recycle means to convert waste into reusable material. We are facing environmental issues like deforestation, cutting down forests about the size of a football field in just 1.2 seconds, using more than 500 million plastic straws each day, which has resulted in thousands of sea turtles dying. 91% of the plastic waste finds its way into either the landfills or the oceans. The problem is, there is no such thing as a way. When we throw anything away, it must go somewhere. This leads to trash being collected in land and oceans. We are not just harming the environment, but ultimately ourselves. This is my poster. All the human activities lead to disasters. We need to understand that there is a cause and effect relationship here. We cause it and it affects us in return. Are we really being wise then? I have learned that we have a problem of trash and unused items which is causing problems by filling our oceans and land. Then how can we solve these problems? So what steps have humans taken to control this problem? Coca-Cola is testing paper bottles, recycled plastic is used to make roads, and robots have been developed to clean rivers and oceans. How can I contribute? I would avoid using plastic straws. Let's reduce paper bags over plastic bags. I will use waste material at home to create usable things, like trees. These are all the sources from where I collected information for my research work. Special thanks to my principal for making this opportunity where I could present my work, my supervisor and coordinator for the constant support, my homeroom teachers for their guidance, and my parents for their constant motivation and direction. I conclude my study with the quote by Thomas Alva Edison, and I quote, "To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk." Thank you and have a nice day.
And this is my brochure. And these are the items that I used to make this is made from paper and this is made from tissues. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kirana. My exhibition topic is about overpopulation. As we all know, that overpopulation problems are not new. The world is concerned about the result of there's too many people. The world population is not much expanding as exploding. First, let me explain what is overpopulation. Overpopulation is the condition where the number of existing human population exceeds the carrying capacity of the world's population in an alarming rate. The problems to be faced are many and serious. The first problems are, where would the people live? Will the world be able to house and feed the extra numbers? Will there be enough energy, minerals, food, trade, and social services? From my research, I can tell that the main problems of overpopulation are poverty, pollution, crime, and economic problems. This must be a big question. Why is it happening? The reason why overpopulation grows every year is because increase in birth rate, decrease in death rate, better medical facilities, increased immigration, decreased immigration, and illiteracy. China has the highest population in the world, followed by India. Indonesia is the world's fourth population in the world. How can we control the overpopulation? There must be a solution to control the overpopulation. To control the overpopulation, we can see study case from China since it has the highest population in the world. China has made a policy to control the overpopulation. China has started the one child per family policy. The citizens would be offered a special benefit if they agreed to follow the one child policy. The citizens who did have more than one child have to pay tax and get amount up to 50% of their income. That worked in China, but maybe not in other countries, like Indonesia. Indonesia have a different kind of policy. Our previous president, Suharto, had an announcement about family planning programs with the slogan that 2 children are enough. The billboards were placed all around the city. The best solution is education. With education, we can hope that people can aware of the overpopulation problems. Other solutions such as family planning program, sex education at school, using media to convey messages. With that kind of solution, we can hope for a better world. Thank you. This is my brochure. Thank you.
नमस्ते, मैं दिव्य। आज मैं आपको वायु प्रदूषण से होने वाली समस्या और उपाय के बारे में जानकारी दूंगा। वायु हमारे जीवन के लिए बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। जब वायु में हानिकारक कीटाणु या गैसें जैसे कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड मिलती है तो यह वायु को प्रदूषित कर देती है। इसे ही वायु प्रदूषण कहते हैं। बहुत से कारणों से, जैसे पेड़ों का काटा जाना, फैक्ट्रियों और वाहनों से निकलने वाले धुएं से वायु प्रदूषण होता है। वायु प्रदूषण के वजह से अनेक तरह की बीमारियां भी हो सकती है, जैसे अस्थमा, एलर्जी, सांस लेने में समस्या आदि। वायु प्रदूषण को रोकने के उपाय। अगर हमें वायु प्रदूषण पर नियंत्रण पाना है तो हमें अधिक से अधिक मात्रा में पेड़ पौधे लगाने चाहिए, क्योंकि पेड़ पौधे से ऑक्सीजन निकलती है और यह कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ग्रहण करते हैं। हमें सौर ऊर्जा का इस्तेमाल अधिक मात्रा में करना चाहिए। अगर हम जनसंख्या वृद्धि पर नियंत्रण कर लेते हैं, जिससे प्रदूषण की मात्रा में कमी आएगी। एक पुराने वाहन से 10 नए वाहनों के बराबर धुआं निकलता है, तो हमें अधिक मात्रा में सार्वजनिक वाहनों का उपयोग करना होगा। कविता। चिड़िया चहक चहक कहती, सुबह शाम मैं गगन में रहती, अब तक कब मैं उड़ पाऊंगी, प्रदूषित हवा नहीं सह पाऊंगी। दम घुटता है अब तो मेरा, दे दो अब तो सुख मेरा, तभी तुम्हारा आंगन चमकेगा, चमन भी खुशबू से महकेगा। This is my brochure. And this is my poster. धन्यवाद।
Myself Shahan Shonagdhar, and for today's exhibition, my topic is warning system in flood-prone area to save lives. Floods are the most frequent type of natural disasters. Flooding may occur as an overflow of water from water bodies such as river, lake, ocean. The primary effects of flooding include loss of life and damage to buildings and other structures. A total of 29,836 people have died in the last 10 years due to flood worldwide. So my project, as the name indicates, warning system is a system by which flood-induced hazards can be minimized and prevented. This project works best on the electromechanical principle. Due to heavy rain, when river water level will rise and flooding occurs at that time, the floating ball will push up the contact switch and the alarm will start ringing. This warning system helps people to evacuate immediately from the flood-prone zone, which is the downstream of the river. The alarm will continue ringing until the water level won't come down from the flood level. The alarm will stop ringing once the water level decreases. By this way, we can save lives. Now I will show you my live project. The base of my project is made out of styrofoam. This blue channel is the river, and the downstream of the river is the populated area. I have used a small piece of styrofoam as a floating ball, which is connected with a contact switch by a pen refill, and it acts as a lever. This plastic bottle is used so that the floating ball will work within the bottle. A 9-volt battery is used to operate the alarm. Here I have used 2 pieces of aluminum foil to act as a contact switch, as aluminum is the best conductor of electricity. These are the wires connected with the battery. contact switch, alarm, and mics. This is a small electric water pump used to circulate water within the river. I am turning on the water pump to fill water in the river. You can see the water is flowing. Due to the increase of water level, the floating ball is going up and both the aluminum sheets are connecting with each other. The alarm will start ringing as the electric circuit is closed. Now I am going to turn off the water pump so that the water level will decrease. You can see the floating ball is going down and is getting disconnected from the switch. The alarm will stop ringing and the people can get back to their places and stay safely. Thank you. This is my brochure.
Good afternoon, respected principal, supervisor, coordinator, teachers, and my dear friends. I am Sunny Bhatnagar, and my topic for this exhibition is deforestation and its effect on animal habitat and human habitat. Now, let us understand what deforestation means. Deforestation means cutting or clearing of trees or forest over a large area for facilitation. It is a serious concern as it can result in loss of biodiversity, disturbance in water cycle, damage to natural habitat, and also soil erosion. Deforestation is also a major contributor to global warming and climate change. Now, let us understand why is deforestation being done. For housing, we don't cut trees to provide land to make houses, buildings, and factories. Second, for agriculture, trees are being cut to provide land for cultivation. Third, for fuel, wood from trees are being burned and used as fuel for cooking and other activities. Fourth, for furniture, trees are also being cut to make these. Now, I will tell you about the effect of animal habitat. Let us take an example of rainforest. Rainforest has an amazing abundance of wildlife with 40,000 plant species, 427 mammals, 1,300 birds, 378 reptiles, 3,000 freshwater fishes. These are just an estimate. There are much more. Plants and animals rely on the forest to survive, using trees as a source of food and shelter. Thus, this rapid deforestation is causing these animals to be displaced, starve, and even lead to food extinction. Now, let me tell you about the effect of human habitat. Deforestation has affected humans more than anything. There are so many tribes who live in the forest for thousands of years. These tribes are dependent on the forest for their survival. But now they don't know how to survive a new land. Thus, being poor and illiterate, these tribes are also being extinct. Now, let me tell you about the Indonesian rainforest case study. Indonesia has a rich forest covering 60% of its country and is the third largest tropical forest in the world. Since 2002, it has lost more than 9 million of its primary forest, a size of Portugal, to palm oil plantation, forest fire, agriculture, infrastructure, and mining. The large islands of Sumatra and Kalimantan, with deforestation, lost 90% of its national forests. Now, let me tell you about the solution. The solution is Palm oil plantations should be controlled. Otherwise, by 2032, the rainforest in Indonesia will be degraded. There should be strong government policies to save the forest heritage of Indonesia. Thank you. This is my brochure. The slogan is, if you cut trees, you cut black. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jua Lee and my topic is measures to stop global warming. What is global warming? Global warming is the term used to describe the rising of the average temperature on Earth. It has to do with the overall climate of the Earth rather than the weather on any given day. Some causes of global warming are variations in the sun's intensity, industrial activity, deforestation, Earth's own feedback loop, and fossil fuels. However, the most conflictual out of these are fossil fuels and industrial activity. We can reduce these by buying foods that are locally produced and by avoiding using heavy carbon-emitting transportation. Save polar bears. The Arctic is warming about twice as fast as the global average temperature increase rate, causing the ice that polar bears depend on to melt away. Loss of sea ice also threatens the bears' main prey, seals, which need the ice to raise their young. How we can stop global warming? We can eat less meat, use renewable energy, use public transport, plant more trees, don't waste electricity, don't waste food, avoid using heavy carbon-emitting transportation, buy foods that are locally produced, and spread the word. This is my poster. Thank you for listening.
Good morning, respected principal, supervisors, teachers, parents, and my dear friends. My name is Yuvraj from 4A, and the topic of my exhibition today is animal abuse. Central idea: to determine the treatment and perception of animals leading to positive and negative outcomes in the zoo. The issue: animal cruelty encompasses a range of behaviors harmful to animals from neglect to malicious killing. Now let me tell you all some facts. 75% of animals abused in the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Most zoos aren't engaged in the conservation of rare or endangered animals. The surplus animals in the zoo are often killed even if they are healthy, and many. Now let me share with you the app that I have created. Should animals live in the zoo? Are zoo animals happy? Many of zoo animals suffer from depression and anxiety. This negative psychological state of captive animals is so frequent that it has a scientific term, zoochosis. What do we feel during lockdown? How do you feel during lockdown? I'm sure all of us by now are aware how it feels during lockdown. A year seems too long, and these poor animals spend their entire life locked in cages. So let me share with you the survey that I have conducted for our age group children, and most of them visit the zoo once in 6 months. They go to the zoo to have fun and to learn more about animals. but most of them feel sad to watch the animal show, and they prefer the animals to keep in the wildlife and safari. So from this survey, I have concluded that open range zoos and animal sanctuaries are places where an animal is brought to life and protected for rest of its life. They are ethical and they often do not give animals a good life. Animals deserve more than a small exhibit. They deserve freedom. And if you want to help animal conservation, click on this link. One of the ways you can help is by donating. So I've done my part. Now it's your
Good
turn.
afternoon, dear Principal Sir A.P. Singh, supervisors, coordinators, teachers, parents, and all of grade 4. My name is Ansh Verma. My topic for today's exhibition is cybercrime. But first, let's understand on what is cybercrime. The internet in the world is growing rapidly. It has given rise to new opportunities in every field you could think of, whether it's entertainment, business, sports, or education. There are two sides to a coin. The internet also has its own disadvantages. One of the major disadvantages is cybercrime, illegal activity committed on the internet. Cybercrime is committed in the use of a computer or from the internet that would be a crime in any case. Likewise, your system is your home, and while your security tools are your door and is also the lock of your door. So if someone breaches into your home system, that person will be able to access your personal data and sometimes create a duplicated ID to take all your data. Frequently used cybercrimes, unauthorized access to computer systems or networks, theft of information contained in electronic form, email bombing, data diddling, salami attacks, denial of service attack back, and many more. Hacking. This is a type of crime wherein a person's computer is broken into so that his personal or sensitive information can be accessed. In hacking, the criminal uses a variety of software to enter a person's computer, and the person may not be aware that his computer is being accessed from a remote location. Cyber stalking. This is a kind of online harassment wherein the victim is subjected to a barrage of online messages and emails. Typically, these stalkers know their victims instead of resorting to online stalking. Email spam and phishing. Spam is electronic junk mail. Unwanted messages sent by email, text message, or instant message without the recipient's permission. Spam messages often contain offers of free goods or prizes with cheap products. You might be asked to buy something to win a prize or to call or text a telephone number. Identity theft. When a criminal gains access to your personal information, such as your name, address, date of birth, or bank account details, to steal money or gain other benefits. They can also use your personal information to create fake identity in your name. Online scam or fraud. These are false schemes that seek to take advantage of innocent people to gain a benefit, such as money or access to personal details. These are often contained in spam and phishing messages. Attacks on computer systems. Unauthorized access or hacking. Use your computer or devices without permission. Malware. Malicious software such as viruses, trojans, and spyware. Criminals may use the malicious software or malware to monitor your online activity and cause damage to your computer. Tips to avoid cybercrime. Be social media savvy. Make your social networking profiles, example, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, MSN, etc. are set to private. Check your security settings. Be careful what information you post online. Once it is on the internet, it is extremely difficult to remove. Below are some practices to avoid cybercrime. Ignore the unwanted messages or emails. Protect your e-identity or electronic identity. Never store your own details on any mobile device. Only store your details on secure mobile devices. If in doubt, block. Ignore pop-ups. Only shop online on secure sites. Different sites, different passwords. They don't use the same key for all locks. Lock down your FB account. Always make sure that the login pages use SSL and that the login pages starts with HTTPS. By showing this presentation, I have come to a conclusion. Technology is negative only in the hands of people who do not realize that they are one and the same process as the universe. I would like to show you guys my posters. My first poster has the main points on cybercrime and also has on what is identity theft. My other poster are the non-main points such as online scam or fraud, email spam and phishing, hacking, and cyber stalking. This is my brochure. Thank you.
Good morning, Sir Singh. My name is Ashi Tiwari, and today I am going to be telling you all about why we should stop overfishing. Overfishing, the most serious threat to our oceans. Of all the threats facing our ocean today, overfishing has taken the greatest toll on sea, life, and people. How is overfishing affecting the world? Overfishing can change the size of fish remaining, as well as how they reproduce and the speed at which they mate. Now, how is overfishing matters? Overfishing endangers ocean ecosystems and the billion of people who rely on seafood as a key source of protein. In international waters, there's little to no rules regarding fish practices. Many countries have subsides of fishermen which keep the number higher than it needs to be. What leads to overfishing? Overfishing, many countries have subsides of fishermen which keep the number higher than it needs to be. And some countries don't even have rules for not taking care of overfishing. Thank you. This is why overfishing. Thank you.
Good afternoon, respected principal, supervisor, coordinator, teachers, and my dear friends. I'm Karina, and I am here to present my exhibition on the topic extinction of marine and or sea turtles. Once a female lays her egg, she returns to sea, leaving her baby hatchlings to feed for themselves. Fewer than 1% of hatchlings make it to adulthood. This is due to the numerous predators on the beach. Traveling in large groups may increase some chance of survival. A sea turtle can live up to 50 years or even more. Sadly, the sea turtle population has decreased over the past centuries. Plastic creates a terrible impact on sea turtles as well as the entire marine ecosystem. 52% of sea turtles have eaten plastic waste. Reason being, pieces of plastic may look like things that they would usually consume, such as jellyfish, algae, and others in their diet. In many coastal communities, especially in Central America and Asia, sea turtles provide as food. During nesting seasons, hunters comb the beaches at night in search of nesting females. Wait for the female to deposit her eggs, proceeds to kill her and take her meat, eggs, as well as use their other parts for products, such as the oil cartilage, skin, and shell. The most endangered species of sea turtles, the hawksbill, known for its beautiful gold and brown shell, has been hunted to create products. Each year, hundreds of thousands of adult and immature sea turtles are accidentally captured in fisheries. Sea turtles are keystone species, which means that they have an impact on their environment as well as their surrounding species. If a keystone species was no longer in its habitat, it would leave a harsh impact on its environment. Sea turtle nesting helps beaches. From their leftover shells creates an important source of coastal vegetation. Green turtles grazing over seagrass is an important way to keep them healthy. They are also important for many coastal economies as well as native communities. Keeping all of this in mind, what can we do to protect these marine species as well as their habitat? Well, we can start by supporting sea turtle conservation. Contact a local sea turtle stranding network if we happen to see or pass by an injured or sick sea turtle. Reduce our use of plastic waste. Participate in local beach cleanups. Carry reusable. Keep nesting beaches dark. Get rid of any light in the surrounding area. And just about 2 months ago, hundreds of thousands of cold-stunned sea turtles were rescued somewhere through the coast of Texas, currently treated in a conservation center, hopefully to return back to habitat in all good conditions. I hope my presentation gave you a bit more awareness about our marine species, sea turtles. And with that being said, thank you for listening, as well as my brother. Thank you.
亲爱的校长和老师，水被发，无毒在被摄一种有营养，也代替土壤的种植技术。水被发是用营养丰富的水来种植农作物，与传统耕作相比，它们使用的水更少。水被发出用可以在任何地方生长，也有收获各种不使用的系统。水灯有电，但也有亏电，例如组装水备系统并不便宜，需要这数监控水质、微生物会陷入水中容易等。传统耕作是最常见的耕作方式之一，有时也称为农业种植。大多数当地农民都使用这种技术，因为这种技术已经世代相传，尽管传统农业效率较低，但它给人们带来了更多的工作机会。综上所述，总而言之，水被发更好、更有效，但更难维护，会安全成本更高，传统耕作效率低下，也有维护。希望在不久的将来，以及更常见的耕作技术下，水被发起将更容易、安全，且价格更便宜。 This is my brochure. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Reina. Today my topic is on eradication of poverty in today's world. What is poverty? Poverty refers to a condition in which a person or a community lack of education, not being able to afford medical treatment, no electricity, no proper housing, no clean water, and often little to no food on the table. The top 3 countries that are facing poverty are all in Africa. Why is poverty an issue today? Global poverty is one of the worst problems the world faces today. The poorest in the world are often hungry, have much less education, regularly no light at night, and are in much poorer health. Many of their lives are in danger. To make progress against poverty is therefore one of the most urgent global goals. What are the organizations who help reduce poverty? There are a lot of organizations to help reduce poverty, but the one that we know is UNICEF. How many people in this world still live in poverty? Recent estimates for global poverty are that 9.2% of the world's population, or 689 million people. They live in extreme poverty on US dollars $1.90 or less a day, according to the World Bank. What causes poverty? What causes poverty is not just lack of education, shelter, food, and healthcare. What causes serious poverty is actually gender and ethnic discrimination, poor governance, conflict, exploitation, and domestic violence. We can end poverty. How? By stop war and conflict, bring equality and representation for all, increase household income, better parenting and education, build leadership and commitment. These are the websites that I use. This is my poster. This is the logo that I use. And this is my quote. Our beautiful world when there is no poverty. This is my brochure. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My topic today is plastic pollution. And these are the things that you should do. Bring your own bottle so you don't need to buy water from the market. Don't buy food from restaurants. Cook your own meal so you don't need to use containers or plastic bags. Buy in big quantities so you will save the packaging. And this is my presentation for the exhibition. Plastic pollution. Plastic pollution is accumulation of plastic objects and particles in the Earth's environment that adversely affects wildlife habitat, and humans. These are the types of plastic that you should avoid: capsules, microbeads, plastic straw, plastic cups, oxo-degradable plastics, styrofoam food, and lightweight plastic bags. 9 ways to reduce plastic in your school. Hold an educational film screening or talk. Organize school, park, river, and beach cleans. Stop selling plastic bottles. Encourage reusable instead. Encourage less plastic in packed lunches. Choose reusable for the canteen and school events. Request that supplier deliveries are plastic-free. Rethink catering options to eliminate single-use plastic. Dish the laminator, use plastic-free displays. Share your success to inspire other schools too. 9 easy ways to use less plastic. Plastic is one of the most prominent pollutants of our earth and ocean. It just makes sense to find easy ways to use less. Drink out of glasses. Use a stainless water bottle and stop buying bottled water. Keep a real metal or wooden spoon and fork in a baggie in your car and at your desk. Purchase wooden toys. Use only real or biodegradable plates. Save glass jars and use them instead of Tupperware. Bring cloth bags to the grocery store. Say no to store clerk when they say, want to put your items in a plastic bag. Compost so you use fewer garbage bags. Buy grocery items packaged in glass instead of plastic when possible. Life cycle of plastics. The plastic bag lasts 20 years. Coffee cup lasts 30 years. Plastic straw lasts 200 years. 6-pack plastic rings last 400 years. Plastic water bottle lasts 450 years. Coffee pot lasts 500 years. Plastic cup lasts 450 years. Disposable diaper lasts 500 years. Plastic toothbrush lasts 500 years. Everybody should say no to plastic. And this is my brochure. This is my brochure. Thank you.
Good morning, my dear teachers, parents, and friends. Today my exhibition topic is about saving the northern white rhino from extinction. Now I am going to tell you the parts of a rhino. White rhino, feathery skin, short tail, 3-part hooked feet, 2 horns, and square legs. As on March 2018, there was only 2 northern white rhinos left, both which are female. They live in Kenya and are protected around the clock by armed guards. How do rhino protect themselves from other wild animals? If elimination does not forestall a fight of both species of northern white rhino, use their horns to defend themselves. Their horns are sharp enough to core their thick skin because the rhino rubs it on a rough surface, which inadvertently removes the soft outer layer. Now I am going to tell you on how the scientists are working to save the northern white rhino from extinction. As on August 2019, scientists and conservationists broke new ground in saving the northern white rhino from extinction. We harvested eggs from the 2 remaining females using frozen sperm from deceased male viable and northern white rhino embryos. Now I am going to show you about my poster, Saving White Rhino from Extinction. Northern white rhino declared extinct. In South Africa alone, poaching has skyrocketed in the last 8 years. In the past 40 years, rhino population have declined of 95% worldwide. Rhino poaching has increased to 8,000% since 2000. Why due to poaching? Young calves die without their mother because they still need protection. Breeding prospects are lost because of hunting. Population are diseased. They are targeted for their large food. Help stop poaching. Don't buy things from endangered species. Support wildlife. Keep endangered species. So friends, these are the facts on how to save the northern white rhino from extinction. Thank you. Thank you.
नमस्ते, मैं अयान। आज मैं हिंदी प्रदर्शनी के माध्यम से प्रदूषण के प्रकार, समस्या और समाधान के बारे में बताने जा रहा हूँ। प्रदूषण का शाब्दिक अर्थ है गंदगी। वह गंदगी जो हमारे चारों ओर फैल गई है और जिसकी गिरफ्त में पृथ्वी के सभी निवासी हैं, उसे प्रदूषण कहा जाता है। प्रदूषण अनेक बीमारियों का कारण है। प्रदूषण आज दुनिया की एक गंभीर समस्या है। प्रदूषण अनेक प्रकार के हो सकते हैं, जिनमें से 4 प्रकार प्रमुख हैं: जल प्रदूषण, वायु प्रदूषण, ध्वनि प्रदूषण, मृदा या भूमि प्रदूषण। प्रदूषण रोकने के उपाय। पर्यावरण की सुरक्षा से ही प्रदूषण की समस्या को सुलझाया जा सकता है। पर्यावरण शब्द 2 शब्दों के मेल से बना है, परि और आवरण। परि का शाब्दिक अर्थ है बाहरी तथा आवरण का अर्थ है कवच, अर्थात पर्यावरण का शाब्दिक अर्थ है बाहरी कवच। प्रदूषण से बचने के लिए हमें अत्यधिक पेड़ लगाने होंगे। हमें प्लास्टिक की चीजों के इस्तेमाल से परहेज करना होगा। कूड़े कचरे को इधर उधर नहीं फेंकना होगा। वर्षा के जल को संरक्षित करने का प्रयास करना होगा। इससे भी और अन्य उपाय हैं जिससे प्रदूषण रोका जा सकता है। कविता, मैं भी वृक्ष लगाऊंगा। माँ, मुझको भी पौधा दे दे, मैं भी वृक्ष लगाऊंगा। वृक्ष लगाकर धरती को मैं सच में खूब सजाऊंगा। वृक्ष धरा पर लाते खुशियाँ, दूर प्रदूषण करते, रोके ये कटाव मिट्टी का, वर्षा कर तुम करते। माँ, मुझको भी पौधा दे दे, मैं भी वृक्ष लगाऊंगा। वृक्ष लगाकर धरती को मैं सच में खूब सजाऊंगा। ये है मेरा, दिस इज माई पोस्टर and this is my brochure. धन्यवाद।
Polusi tanah by Romeo Ongki 4A. Polusi tanah, kontaminasi tanah. Pencemaran tanah sebagai bagian dari degradasi lahan yang disebabkan oleh xenobiotik. Perubahan iklim yang menyebabkan gencarnya masalah bencana termasuk banjir bandang dan curah hujan yang tidak teratur. Untuk mengurangi pencemaran limbah tanah di darat, kamu dapat menggunakan kembali bahan-bahan seperti kain, kantong plastik, dan gelas di rumah kamu daripada membuangannya. Tanah terkontaminasi oleh bahan kimia yang digunakan dalam pertanian, industri, maupun limbah sekali pakai. Bahan kimia yang paling umum yang menyebabkan polusi tanah adalah minyak bumi, hidrokarbon, polinuklir, dan lain-lain. Di pikiran kita terbesit bahaya dan kepunahan spesies tumbuhan dan hewan-hewan liar yang akan terjadi apabila kota-kota dan lautan dipenuhi oleh sampah dan polusi di abad ke-21. Tidak ada satupun permukaan di bumi yang terbebas dari polusi dan sampah. Kontaminasi tanah. Pencemaran tanah sebagai bagian dari degradasi lahan yang disebabkan oleh xenobiotik, bahan-bahan kimia atau perubahan lain pada lingkungan alami tanah. Hal ini biasanya disebabkan oleh kegiatan industri, kegiatan penanian, dan limbah yang dibuang dengan sembarangan. Bahan-bahan kimia yang umum menjadi sumber pencemaran tanah adalah minyak bumi. Hidrokarbon aromatik polinuklir, bahan pelarut, pestisida, dan logam berat lain. Akibat tanah yang terkontaminasi ini dapat menyebabkan gangguan kesehatan apabila kita bersentuhan langsung dengan tanah yang terkontaminasi, udara yang terkontaminasi, ataupun air yang tanah yang sudah terkontaminasi. Dampak-dampak polusi tanah. Air untuk minum menjadi tidak aman karena telah tercemar. Tanah untuk pertanian juga menjadi tidak subur akibat dari polusi tanah. Perubahan iklim juga menyebabkan bencana besar seperti banjir bandang dan curah hujan yang tidak teratur. Di pikiran kita terbersit bahaya dan kepunahan spesies tumbuhan dan hewan-hewan liar yang akan terjadi apabila kota-kota dan lautan dipenuhi oleh sampah dan polusi di abad ke-21. Tidak ada satupun permukaan di bumi yang terbebas dari polusi dan sampah. Sampah dan bahan bakar kendaraan bermotor merupakan penyumbang polusi terbesar. Banyak pula dampak lainnya, tapi yang terpenting adalah kesadaran kita untuk mengetahui apakah polusi itu dan berusaha untuk menguranginya. Pencegahannya, pencemaran tanah. Untuk mengurangi pencemaran limbah di darat, Anda dapat menggunakan kembali bahan-bahan seperti kain, kantong plastik, dan kaca di rumah Anda daripada membuangnya dengan daur ulang, dan mengurangi jumlah sampah yang akan dibuang ke tempat pembuangan sampah dan juga berkontribusi terhadap pengamatan sumber daya alam. Terima kasih atas perhatian Anda.